Alrighty, we're gonna get started. I'm waiting on people to come in. Hey everyone. Okay, if you're watching, be sure to share the video. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, be sure to share the video. Like the video as well. Hope everybody's doing amazing. Today I want to talk about a really kind of a deep topic, but it's gonna be a good topic, okay? And women need to see this because a lot of women don't understand how emotional, how fibroids also have emotional root causes, not just physical root causes. If you're in, say hey. Hope that you guys are doing amazing. Hope that you guys are having an amazing afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing great. Share the video if you can. Like the video, okay? I'm talking about fibroids and codependency today. This is going to be a really important topic. And you're going to see how, listen, fibroids is also tied into emotional root causes. It's not just physical. It's not just your diet, okay? It's not just your life. It's deeper than that. And a lot of people don't understand. Hey, Empress. Hey, thank you for being here. A lot of women don't understand how it's a lot deeper than that when it comes to fibroids, okay? So for the ones that are watching, if you're watching, this is your first time watching me, hi and welcome. My name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist, and what I do is I help women who have fibroids and other reproductive health issues. I help them get to the root cause of the problem, the physical root cause of the problem, as well as the energetic and emotional root cause in order to heal fibroids naturally, dissolve fibroids, dissolve endometriosis, dissolve adenomyosis, ovarian cysts, so on and so forth. What we do, we help women get rid of these reproductive health issues. Hey, Shyla, hey, my client, that's my new client. Okay, we help women get rid of these issues in order to heal, so they don't have to continuously, go down the Western medicine route. They don't have to continuously get cut open and just to have the fibroids grow back. They can heal permanently and they can live fulfilling, beautiful, balanced lives, okay? That's what we do for women. Also help women get pregnant after years of infertility and so much more, okay? So everything under the umbrella of women's health, everything under the umbrella of hormones and reproductive health. If your womb is not in good health, then you're not in good health. If your hormones are out of balance, then you are out of balance. It's so important to understand that you're out of balance internally and also emotionally as well, okay? Because your hormones also affect the brain chemistry, okay? So if you guys don't mind, like the video, share the video. More women need to see this video because we don't think about fibroids in terms of emotional roots of fibroids. We don't think about these issues in terms of emotional. Like, what is the emotional root cause? And you guys are going to see it goes a lot deeper than what you think, okay? So yesterday I made a post. Some of you guys commented on it, so thank you for your transparency. And this was a post to the single women, but this video is also directed to women that are married and also in relationships. So just let you guys know, okay? You're not exempt, okay? But I did direct this post to single women, and it was a broad post. It was to everybody, general, right? I was saying for the singles, if you've never encountered the love of your life in this lifetime, are you okay with the way your life looks now? There was a reason why I was asking that question. Some people, it's really hard for them to answer, and I have to go back and, hey, Jessica, I have to go back and say, no, this is not what I meant. I don't mean, are you okay with being single because you're single, right? Because, of course, if you're single, you're going to be okay with being single because you're single. I mean, you have to think on that, still undecided. See, it's something that makes you think deep. And a lot of people put yes, no. I wanted people to go more in, but some people did, and thank you for the ones that did. The reason why I'm saying that, and I'm going to ask this question to y'all that's watching too. You guys can comment if you want to, right? Are you truly fulfilled with your life now? Do you feel like you're living in your purpose? Do you feel like you're doing, no, I want my man, Shyla, okay. So Shyla, this is going to be a good live for you and everybody, honestly. But I feel you, okay? Thank you for being honest. But are you truly fulfilled with your life right now? Like how it looks like. Are you living in your purpose? Are you here? Are you doing what God called you to do? Do you even know what God called you to do? Do you even know what your purpose is? Because a lot of people don't know. They think that they're just over here working and paying bills, and not there's no purpose in their life. They're just living in autopilot. And that sometimes is why there is this yearning for somebody to come on and save you. But that's a whole other conversation, okay? There's this deep yearning because we're not really living in our purpose. That's another thing too. So you're probably like, well, what does this have to do with fibroids and codependency? I feel like I'm living in my purpose. I want a relationship, but I'm working on myself right now. Okay, great. I want a lifelong companion. I want to be a wife and mother. Okay. Without a man, though, I want to be fulfilled, and I'm working on discovering my true purpose and healing. I love that, Shyla. I love that. And Shyla just started working with me, so baby, we're going to find that, okay? We have to dig deep and find that, okay? So what does this have to do with codependency and fibroids? And y'all, make sure y'all like the video. If you can, share the video or share this with some people that need to see it. Because I know you know at least 5 women that have fibroids. And you're probably like, a lot of them are confused as to how does these issues contribute to fibroids. How does, like, they don't get it, right? But I'm going to break it down. Okay, because as somebody that has worked with many women that have fibroids and other reproductive health issues over the years, let me just tell you something. When we're dealing with women that have fibroids, right? And I always like put up statuses and posts like this as well, if you guys read my posts. When women that have fibroids, the underlying root cause, women, and if you've developed fibroids, this means you as well, okay? There is a tendency to lean on others for emotional support and also for self-worth. There's a tendency, whether it's a man or family members or friends, there's a tendency to look for validation, external validation outside of yourself, no matter in what form that is, but it's outside of yourself. There's a tendency, there's like a deep, like insecurity, there's like a little lack of self-worth that's there. It's an emptiness, almost like an empty feeling that's there, right? So what do we do to replace that? Typically relationships, right? So there's a yearning for, it's a fear of being alone, okay? It's a tendency, if you've been in a lot of toxic relationships, this is you too. If you've struggled with feeling supported in your life and you just have this yearning to be validated, whether it's by one person or a group of people, that's you too, right? It's almost like you're looking for the love you didn't get in childhood, that in one person. You're looking for that love, that neglect and everything that you didn't, that you encountered in childhood. You're looking outside of yourself to get that, whether it's from your friends, whether it's from, typically it's from, significant other, you're looking for that, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Ultimately, I think I am not. There's always more. I love that. I know there is a place one can be content in it without a spouse. However, for me, I think there's more to me to attain personally. Okay, and that's important that we do this self-work. So that's good that you're noticing that. Like, it's important, as in more for me to reach for my satisfaction in life. Because what a lot of women do, I'm going to be honest with you, right, is that they're looking for they're looking for something that, number one, they did not get in childhood, the love that they did not get in childhood. And also, two, they're also looking because their lives they're feeling unfulfilled, the place that their lives is in. So the reason why there's this yearning, deep yearning for somebody else, not saying that it's bad to desire a partner, but there's this deep yearning because you're unsatisfied. And you feel like that person is going to come and save you from your horrible life. Okay, I see this a lot. Like, haven't created a life, and I'm not talking to anybody in particular, this is general. You've created a life that you don't like, right? That because we're as adults, we have to take responsibility, excuse me. You've created a life that you don't like, okay? So you're looking for the life that you don't like. You're looking for somebody to come save you and pull you out of that, right? That's typically what's going on with women that have fibroids. There's this deep inadequacy, okay? Does that empty feeling come from having a toxic, narcissistic mother? It can, but that's something you have to heal from as well. Mother wounds are another topic. It can, because again, no one is coming to save you. Absolutely, nobody's coming to save you. It can, because if you had a narcissistic mother, then you didn't get the love that you were supposed to get as a child, right? You didn't get that attention you were supposed to get as a child. So you're looking for it in others. You're looking for validation and love outside of yourself instead of giving yourself that, okay? Because how do we know that we're not codependent? How do we know we're okay? It don't matter whether relationship, married, single, in between, we are okay. We still have a beautiful life no matter what. We still are enjoying our life, living on our purpose no matter who's there. That's how you know. That's when you reach a self-actualized state. That's when you know that you're in a state of, you're not just looking for somebody to fill a void. That's how you know. So what are some of the spiritual root causes of fibroids? Okay, you're stuck in victimhood. That's one thing. You're stuck. Let me say that again. Stuck in victimhood, right? Operating, and this is going to be hard for a lot of people to listen to. So I know people are going to be coming in and out. I already know. You're operating in lack and fear. Right? You're operating from a place of lack, because fibroids on an internal, like on a deep level, on an energetic level, means the inability to let go. Your inability to let go. You're holding on to something so tight, right? Because you have this fear of letting go. Whether it could be an unfulfilling relationship, it could be, an unfulfilling job, because out of fear, you operate out of fear. It could be fear of being alone. It could be somebody that engages in, toxic relationships. It could be you're so afraid of rejection that you're staying single. You are staying single because you're avoiding relationships because you're so scared of, you've only had horrible relationships, so you think that's how relationships are supposed to be. That's how relationships are in general. Even though you see a lot of people having happy relationships, but you think men are horrible, you think, you don't want to experience, you're so afraid. That's another thing too. There's a whole other side to that too. So just because you're staying single does not mean you're not codependent, okay? The man that I would marry would want a woman already fulfilled. Listen, let me say that again. The man that I would marry would want a woman that's already immersed, already fulfilled, already satisfied with her life. Her joy is self-replenishing. Who wants to be with a person that's not satisfied and not happy 100% being by themselves? Who? Like, I know I wouldn't. Like, who? Who wants to be with a person that has been yearning for 10 years for a husband? Who? Because I know I wouldn't. Like, they're literally, I see a lot of women, they're like on a subconscious level putting their life on hold. That's why you haven't made the steps, and I'm not talking to you in person, I'm talking to everybody. You haven't made the steps to create a beautiful, fulfilling life for yourself because you're waiting on somebody to do it for you. You're waiting on somebody to come save you. That's wild, okay? So, fibroids, what you need to understand is that fibroids is like a deep inadequacy. You're looking for validation outside of yourself. These tumors are not just physical blockages in the womb. They're not just physical tumors. They're also emotional blockages in the womb that's buried in there. Your womb is much more than, an organ, right? It's your life force. It's your powerful female center. Like there's also energetic things that you're burying in the womb. And a lot of times it's trauma, it's fear, it's lack. Sometimes it's sexual abuse, is, all these horrible relationships that you've put in there. That's why you're scared to, go out there and whatever, right? Or you aren't attracting what you want, right? Because, all this trauma, all this stuff that's just buried in that womb space, and they turn into physical tumors. This is why we get the bleeding. That's how we get the all these symptoms, right? When you have fibroids, it's draining your life force. And if you guys are here, please share the video. If you can, share the video, share this, or tag some women that needs to hear this. Tag some women that need to hear this. And also, too, like the video as well as you come in, okay? So a lot of women have a fear of being alone. You may be single right now, or a woman that's married. Talking to y'all, too, that's married in relationships or in relationships. There's this fear. So this codependency stems from a deep-seated fear of being alone, because when you're in a relationship or married, you have, this is how we kind of envision it. You always have somebody validating you, right? Outside of yourself, validating you, right? That attention. So it feeds that constant need to be loved and, appreciated, because we need that, right? Or, we think that we need that for happiness, right? So that's why a lot of people there's a lot of women that have fibroids that are single that hate it. They're yearning, they're looking outside of themselves for a husband. They hate it. They've been single for 10 years, haven't been on a date in 3 years, and they're so miserable, right? They're so miserable. So it's like little toxic balls of energy, absolutely balls of what the negativity, yes, and thinking has manifested. Yes, because if you are, exactly, when you release, you can release. Absolutely, absolutely. And when we are unhappy, when we are inadequate, we engage in toxic habits. When we're unhappy, you're not gonna take care of yourself. You're not gonna, give yourself what you actually need. You're gonna look for comfort. Women that are like, for example, if you have this fear of rejection, fear of being alone, you're scared to let go of people that no longer serve you. You're scared to you struggle with putting up boundaries. You're gonna look for things outside of yourself. You're gonna look for, not only that, you're also going to not take care of yourself, right? People that love themselves, that love their lives, take care of themselves. Women that have low self-worth, who don't think much of themselves, it's hard for them to embody habits that are actually, caring for them. So this is how so as we're healing and as we're releasing all this toxic, all these horrible relationships, as we're releasing all this inadequacy, this fear of being alone, we're releasing that stuff and feeling I hate the word content, but feeling deeply loving ourselves, right? Cultivating this deep self-love, cultivating this love of our lives, and creating and designing a life that we love. Not that we want a vacation from every month, not that we pretend to love, a life that you actually do love. a life that you actually do love, and that you're so fulfilled that you're not looking everywhere outside of yourself, whether it's through friends, whether it's through partners, for love. You're looking within for love, right? You have, so whoever, and you, the crazy thing is you attract more love in your life like that anyway, whether it's from friends, family, you know, a partner, like you attract more money as well. You attract more when you have this deep self-love, and people, you're not going to see people like reject you as much. You're not going to see people like, you know, kind of repel you as much, you know, treat you any type of way. When people know that you love yourself, it's very hard for them to treat you, you know, any type of way. When they know you don't have boundaries, when they know you're looking for validation, when they know that you're afraid of losing this job or losing this person, then they can treat you any type of way, okay? Not just a life that looks good, but a life that is good. Yes, because a lot of people, you know, we're living in a social media world, right, where people will create this life that looks good, like they call it like a highlight reel of their life. It looks good, you know, from what you put up, but is it really, are you like, and you know, I'm not saying to be 100% happy, because I don't think anybody's 100% happy, but do you have a life that you love for the most part? Do you have a life that I want everybody to, whether you want to write that out or you want to answer the question inside, do you have a life that you love, or are you with somebody, or are you looking for somebody to come save you, right? Or are you with somebody to kind of like, you know, numb that feeling of being alone, numb that feeling of, you know, of designing a beautiful life for yourself? Because a lot of times when women have somebody, right, that can distract them from not feeling inadequate, feeling, you know, having low self, that can kind of distract them from their traumas and the things that they had to deal with, from their healing. So, and that's how we know that we're not engaging in healthy relationships. That's too. So this occurs in married women or single women. You could be codependent. You could feel inadequate, whether you're married or single. It doesn't really matter, right? In our society, of course, unfortunately, because of the society we live in, it's very easy for women to be codependent, because we've been gaslit for many years and into thinking that we need to have somebody to survive. We need to have somebody for happiness. We need to have somebody there. If not, our lives mean nothing. You guys already know, right? Men have not been gaslit like that, but women have, right? Even though when you really look at it, when you really do the research, when you really, you know, you can see that actually women actually do great alone and men don't. But that's a whole other conversation. I don't want to go there, okay? I don't want to go there. That seems impossible to correct. Oh my God, there goes my thinking. Yeah, you got a lot of work to do, Kyrie's. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. You got a lot of work to do. It's never impossible to correct a life that you've made for yourself. If you don't like your life, why aren't you taking steps to correct it? There's women on here, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's women that follow me that have fibroids for years and have not made a step to do anything about it. Like what? So do you think that those women love themselves? No, they don't. Like they don't. There's women that literally have been in this state of bleeding, been in this state of, pain. They have horrible pain. They have all these fibroid symptoms and have not done anything to correct that. They haven't done anything. They literally just have sat there and complained about it. Is that self-love? No. So, so it's easy for women to fall into this, fall into being codependent. It's very easy because, like I said, it's just the way society is set up. But as women too, we have to be smarter than that, understand that, listen, what is programming? We have to know the difference between programming, the difference between projection, and what is real, okay? So how does codependency, let me say real quick, how does codependency in partnerships looks? Because a lot of women think that only single women can be codependent, or only women in relationships can be codependent, or married women, and that's not true. So women that seek men that they have to save, that they have to help, that is codependent. If you know, even before you got married, you dated men that you have to help, men that you, whether it's financially, right, or you have to, you're always the one that helps your man get a job, you do everything for your man, the man is gaining more from the relationship than you are. And a lot of women don't want to admit that to themselves, but the man is gaining much more than being with you than you are. You're not gaining much, and you're sacrificing your happiness, you're sacrificing all of this stuff to appease that person because you don't want them to leave. Because you know that being alone, you don't even want to imagine what life is like being alone. So these women that are out here that say they're married or in serious relationships that are saying, well, I feel sorry for y'all single women. Oh my God, it's so horrible out there. 9 times out of 10, they are very codependent because they should know that no matter what, first of all, you attract what you are. That's number one. And that happy women are happy regardless. It doesn't matter. They're happy whether they're married, single, engaged, whatever. They're happy because they've created a beautiful life for themselves. They're not looking for somebody else to do it for them. Okay? So that's another thing too. So you're looking for, if you're looking for outside support all the time, you're looking like, you're heavily focused on somebody else, because what tends to happen is that when we don't like the life that we're living, we tend to focus on other people that we can fix so that we don't have to worry about ourselves. That tends to happen to a lot of women. So we don't have to worry about ourselves. We're looking for men that we can fix, that we can take care of. How many women out there taking care of men? So that's another thing too. Or you seek men that that make significantly less than you, right? And some people may say, "Oh, love should come before money." No. What I'm not necessarily saying one should come before the other, but what I am saying is that if you have noticed that that's a thing, right? Why do you fall in love with people that make significantly less than you? That's another question as well. Do you think that that's what you're worth? But that's a whole other conversation. But codependent women typically don't gain much from relationships. They don't. So, but I understand too that when you're single, you could be single for decades and still be codependent. You could be single for the rest of your life and still be codependent. It doesn't mean that you're not codependent. So hopefully I'm making sense. Right? So it's when you seek love and validation outside of yourself, what happens is that you put a lot of stress on your body. So when you're looking for love, when you're looking for support all the time, when you're looking for, people, like whether it's through friends or partners, you're putting stress on your body, right? This means that we're not fulfilled. So if you notice yourself doing that, because this is closely linked with fibroids, listen, if you have fibroids, this is one of the emotional root causes. This inability to let go. Typically it's women that they're living in autopilot. And part of how you heal is to also break these barriers. Part of how you heal is number one, be self-aware, and then you break these barriers. You can't continue to operate in toxicity. You can't continue to operate in an unhealthy way. Okay? You have to understand and listen. Number one, you as an adult, you are in control of your life. You're in control of your circumstances. So you can't continue to blame this person because, like I said, fibroids equal victim consciousness. We're victim. I used to do it too, so that's why I know it very well. You're not taking responsibility for having fibroids because you have to understand your habits, even the way you think cause the fibroids to occur. You're blaming everything else outside of you. You're also engaging in unhealthy relationships that you're unable to let go of. You're in a job that you hate, right? You have a living space that you hate. You haven't made the initiative to actually do something about it, right? Now, is it going to happen overnight for you to create a beautiful life for yourself? Absolutely not. But it's something that you're supposed to be working on. You cannot just operate in autopilot for the rest of your life, okay? So when it comes to seeking love outside of yourself, you have to understand, listen, you have to break that cycle. I don't care if you're single or in a relationship. You have to break that cycle and understand that, listen, you are, regardless of whether you're with somebody or not, you should be the love of your life because you were born alone and will die. Everybody will die alone, will go in the casket alone. You should be so fulfilled and so in love with yourself that, I'm not saying that you're not kind and do things for others, but in a sense where it doesn't matter who's there and who's not there, okay? I'm definitely on my journey. I'm moving to a beautiful place. I love that. Now we have to fix the mind. We have to fix the mind now. Okay? I love that. So creating a beautiful space, a beautiful life for yourself is important. But also, if we are all tore up here, it doesn't matter where you live. If we're still having those, it doesn't matter. Okay? So it's so important to deepen your self-love. When you have fibroids, part of the healing journey is to deepen that carise. Okay, hopefully I said that right, carise. Sorry, y'all, I'm crazy with names sometimes. It's to deepen your self-love. It's to deepen your self-worth, okay? And to understand that it only comes from within, and stop looking for love outside of yourself. Stop looking for love and people to validate you outside of you. Stop looking for that. Stop. Some of you have been looking for that love you didn't get from your mother for your whole life. Your 30s, 40s, you've been looking for that. Some of you guys have been looking for that love that you didn't get from your father. Maybe you had a missing father for your whole life. You've been looking for that in men, and that's why you have a string of horrible relationships. But you think it's because of all men is horrible. That's not true. But the broken ones, you're attracting the broken ones because you're broken. You're attracting the broken ones because you're broken. And how the universe works is that everybody around you, you're looking, oh, well, that just means everybody around you. Yeah, the universe will confirm your horrible thinking. So if you think all relationships are bad, it's horrible, you're like, oh my God, I'd rather stay single for the rest of my life. The universe is going to show you women that have that same thinking, number one. And also, two, you're going to only attract broken people. Because women that are healthy don't think that. Women that are healthy don't think that, okay? That's another conversation because I see that a lot of my timeline. And you have to understand that you have to understand that looking for love outside of yourself is unhealthy. Also, avoidance of love is unhealthy as well. So you see what I'm saying? It's two extremes. It's two extremes. Okay, so that's really important. You have to understand that you have to cultivate deepen your self-love. You have to cultivate and deepen your self-love. I don't care if you're single, married, I don't care. That's not what we're talking about right now, right? I know that people use their relationship status to define their lives, and that too, that's a whole other conversation, right? Whether you're single or married should not be a huge part of your life. It should not be your whole personality. If so, then we have to get some hobbies or something, right? You haven't found your purpose. You haven't found your purpose if that's the case. You haven't. Okay, so let me just say this, right? And I really want, women have to, like, when it comes to healing fibroids, when it comes to getting rid of fibroids, this is what we do in my program, my Detoxify Your Womb program. That deep self-work, because there are root causes of why emotional root causes, energetic root causes, spiritual root causes of why you develop fibroids. They did not just come out of the blue. Okay? Because what we actually are dealing with internally will come out externally, and it will show in our habits. So if we're lacking self-love, we're gonna look for comfort in food, right? Or our hormones will be out of balance, right? If we're lacking self-love, like I always say this, when your hormones are out of balance, you are out of balance as well. Like your body is letting you know and calling for you to become in balance, wants you to be in balance, right? So it's really important that you work on that. Okay, and that's why, I don't know if you guys are on my email list, I just opened up I'm so excited about this program, a brand new program called Women in Relationship Harmony, okay? So don't think that it's just for women that are in relationships, because let me tell you something. A lot of women don't understand, maybe you do understand, but I hear a lot of stories from women to, FYI, I have that dress in blue. Okay. I hear a lot of stories from women and men that fibroids and reproductive health issues, they feel as though it has ruined their relationship or taken a toll on their relationship, right? It could be because when you have fibroids, the symptoms, the hormones are out of balance, right? You're the lowest vibration of yourself. Let's make that clear. You're not operating at, when you're not healthy, you're not at a high frequency. You're not operating at a high frequency. So you're operating in life the lowest version of yourself when you're walking around with fibroids, especially when you're not healing and doing anything about them, okay? You're out of balance. So this has taken tolls on relationships, people's marriages, right? Especially when the men don't really understand what's going on. And this is also taking a toll on women who are single as well. Like feeling, unloved, feeling, inadequate, feeling, this deep yearning for somebody to come save them, right? Like, a Disney movie, right? That has occurred too. So I put out this amazing program. It's gonna be so good, y'all. Called Womb and Relationship Harmony. It's a 4-week live program. We start on September 16th. This is for women that want to deepen their self-love, right? That want to actually undo those emotional blockages that have caused fibroids, that have caused hurt and pain, that have, they have operated in for so many years, that actually want to feel like create a beautiful life for themselves and feel, I don't want to say content, but feel fulfilled and happy in their state, whether they're single, married, or in between, right? That want to feel in their current state, right? As they're healing their womb, of course, okay? So this is for emotional growth. This is a program for emotional growth and transformational growth, okay? So do not join this program if you don't want to grow. Okay, so this program is going to be absolutely amazing. Again, it's called the Womb and Relationship Harmony. We don't start until September 16th. However, if you can secure your spot before the 1st of September by putting down a deposit of $350, right? And then the rest won't be due until the 26th of September, which is in 4 weeks. So if you put a deposit before the 1st, if you're interested in the program, you can read more about it. The link is in my caption. But it's gonna be absolutely amazing. It's for women that actually want to do the work. We're gonna do Zoom. There's gonna be homework. We're gonna do Zoom calls every single week, live Zoom calls. You're gonna get live coaching, okay? And it's gonna be like a little community for 4 whole weeks, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited about it. It's for women. It doesn't matter if you're single, married, whatever, but it's for women that want to cultivate that deep self-love. It's 4 weeks. It's a 4-week live program. Okay, there will be homework. We will be doing a lot of self-work, a lot of deep self-work. If you want to pay in full, it's $888. But what you can do, if you want to do the payment plan and break it up, you put a deposit down of $350 before the 1st, before Sunday, okay? And then the rest of it will be due not until the 26th of September. So you have 4 weeks, okay? So I'm really excited about it. And if you want to put a deposit, read about it, put a deposit down to secure your spot. Because I don't want a huge group of women. It's going to be very intimate. And we're going to be sharing personal stories. So it's going to be it's going to be a lot of coaching as well. We're not just coming there to vent. We're coming there to actually to heal, okay? So it's going to be transformational growth. Women that want to heal. So don't just think it's going to be a vented space and there's no resolution. You're going to do some business, but there's going to be resolutions. It's going to be homework. There's going to be deep self-work. So you got to come there to work, okay? A lot of mental work, okay? You got to be ready for it. Yes, that's awesome. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. I've been working on it the last week or so behind the scenes, and I'm like, this is so good. Oh my gosh, I should have came out with this earlier. Women need this, right? Because I get so many emails, I even have men telling me about how this, honestly, and the reason why this program is so important is because whether you're single or married, this actually helps strengthen your relationships, right? Because you're not looking for love desperately outside of yourself. You're coming from an authentic space, right? So, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So this program it's called Womb and Relationship Harmony. Womb and Relationship Harmony. It is 4 weeks long. We don't start until September 16th, okay? So, but you are required to put, if you want to do a payment plan, put a deposit down before the 1st of this month of September. So that is before Sunday, okay? So if you guys have questions or anything like that, the link is in my caption. Read more about it, see if it's for you. And again, it's gonna be a small group of women. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be great. It's for women that want to grow, that want to really do the work, okay? This is the time for it. Absolutely, we're going into a new season. We're going into the last quarter of the year, and we're going into a new season. We're about to go into 2025. You're gonna blink, it's gonna be 2025. A lot of you guys haven't even started on healing your fibroids. You haven't even started on that, and that's sad, okay? Some of you guys have been following me for months and haven't even started healing your fibroids. You haven't even moved the needle to really get to that point of healing. And that's sad. How can you be following me, but you're still suffering from hormonal issues and fibroids and PCOS when we're healing people every day in the program with those issues? It makes no sense, okay? So for women that, of course, if you want to join, and the things that we're talking about in this program are things that we also talk about in my Detoxify Your Womb program, okay? So again, if you want the entire experience of healing, if you want to, like I said, heal, get rid of fibroids, if you want to work on getting PCOS, it's always my Detoxify Your Womb program. That's a 6-month transformational program where we work on the inside and the outside, okay? We work on the inside and the outside. Your videos have encouraged me to eat better. Okay, good. I've limited the types of meat I eat in hopes of limiting even more. You're doing amazing work. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mariah, hopefully I said your name right. I appreciate that. So nobody should be following me and still having fibroids. I'm sorry. And still have, endometriosis. And especially if you've been following me for months. Some of you guys even for years. You shouldn't still have these issues and still be following. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at this point, okay? So again, for women that want to do we cannot go into the new year still suffering from things that have caused us to develop fibroids, that have caused us to live a miserable life. We cannot just sit there frozen in fear. And that's another thing that women that have fibroids tend to have, not everybody, but they tend to have this, they just live in autopilot. This autopilot life where it's like, I'm just living to pay bills. I'm just keeping my schedule busy. So I don't have to look at my life. I don't have to look at my problems. I don't have to look at, do internal work. So I'm just gonna keep myself busy. That's not gonna serve you going forward. That's not going to serve you. I'm telling you this right now, okay? So you have to do the work. You have to do the inner work, and you have to do the physical work on getting rid of these fibroids. You cannot sit there and continuously look for love outside of yourself. Sit there and look and wait on somebody to come save you. Nobody's coming for you to save you. All you attract when you're broken is broken people. Let me say that. That's why a lot of you guys have been in these, horrible relationships, because you are broken and you're just attracting broken people. Okay? So living without living, exactly. Walking dead, exactly. Walking frozen, walking dead. I'm definitely experiencing that. What you're saying deeply resonates. Carice, I hope to see you in the program. Okay, because I know we've talked behind the scenes. I hope to see you in the program. I think this will be not ready for the detoxify your womb yet, but this one will be really good for you. The womb and relationship harmony. Okay, because some of you guys, we're dealing with too much emotional problems, and I can't work with you in the detoxify your womb program. We're not there yet, some of y'all. And this one will greatly serve you. We gotta do some deep self work. Okay. It does not make any sense for you to be walking around this earth with all of these emotional blockages buried inside your womb and thinking that you could just continue to suppress them and they're not going to come out. They're going to come out in your habits. They're going to come out in the foods that you're eating. They're going to come out in, in how in your hormones and how you're living your life. They're going to continuously come out. Okay. So you're not suppressing anything because the body keeps score. The body keeps score. Okay. So I want to just put this out there. Does anybody have any questions on fibroids or any reproductive health issues? Thank you guys for being here. It's so important that we actually be proactive and not reactive. Don't wait until you're in a hospital bed bleeding to death before you decide to do something about your fibroids. A lot of women are doing that. A lot of women are waiting until they're in a hospital bed until they bleed out so much before they decide, wait a minute, I want to heal my fibroids. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Work on it. Be proactive. Stop being reactive. Stop waiting for the shoe to drop before you actually do something about your health, about your life. There's some of you that's like, I've been thinking about working with her, but you're waiting until things get so bad. Why? That makes no sense. Till what? Till your health gets so bad before you, instead of doing it now when your health is not it's still bad, but it's not at the worst state that it is in. Some people will wait until they're literally rushing to the emergency room before they join my program. That makes no sense. But you knew you had these problems for how many months and years and been following me. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay? So listen, if you're interested in the womb and relationship harmony, click the link in my caption, check it out, see if it's for you, and put your deposit down. We're starting on the 16th of September. Put a deposit down so that you're anchored in this program. Okay? And don't wait there. And of course, I still have opportunities for you to book a session with me. Okay, if you want to book a session, if you want one-on-one time with me, if you want for me to give you a strategy on healing your womb, heal your womb strategy session still open. We're booked until Thursday. Then we have Thursday open. Listen, get into it now. Book it now. Stop waiting when you have these issues. It makes no sense. Just got here. If you can sum up the discussion, you missed a lot. You don't have to watch the replay, Sherelle. What did I mean? You missed a lot. I just had a baby. Ultrasounds revealed I had two fibroids, Sherelle. But a C-section revealed I had 4 fibroids. Okay, so you gonna watch the replay because we discussed a lot, but it basically is how women that have fibroids also have emotional blockages, and one of them is codependency. Okay. So kind of like, you're going to have to watch the replay to really see how that ties in, okay? And don't forget to watch it. Can fibroids make it hard to get pregnant? Yeah, it can, but you don't want to get pregnant with fibroids. That's another thing too. And I hear that question I get almost every time I go live. We have to stop trying to get pregnant when we know we have fibroids. That makes no sense. Your body is in bad health when you have fibroids. Your digestive system is backed up. Your lymphatic system is backed up. Your liver is it's stagnant. The kidneys are not filtering waste like they're supposed to. Why would you, again, in that state of toxicity in your body, say, I'm going to try to get pregnant? It makes no sense. Instead of saying, let me try to get healthy. Because my client just got pregnant, got rid of 4 fibroids, adenomyosis, uterine scarring, and enlarged uterus, went back to normal size. before getting pregnant? Why not be in a healthy state before pregnancy? Wow, it doesn't make any sense. Does fibroids actually disappear or just shrink until they when doing the work? They dissolve, gone. They dissolve. They can shrink, but when you're really doing the work, continuously do the work, they dissolve. They shrink until they dissolve, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Any other questions before we go? So, Carice, my advice to you, take about depending on how your situation is, take about 3 to 6 months, get your body healthy before bringing a baby into this world. Your baby deserves a safe space to land. We have to stop. You know how many babies are competing with growing with fibroids in the womb? Because when you're pregnant with fibroids, they grow. Fibroids grow and multiply during pregnancy. So a lot of babies are like literally trying to kick the fibroid out of the way, right? There's so many stories like that. It's like some babies can't even flip over and have to stay in one spot because the fibroid's in the way. So hey, Stacy, hey. So it's very toxic to even think that way. The desperation to get pregnant but not get healthy is sad. It's very sad. And I see that. That's why so many women are dealing with gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, thinking that's normal. None of that is normal. Thinking that's not normal. Okay? Get your body healthy. What you do preconception matters. This is why miscarriages are on the rise. What you do preconception matters. Okay? It's a foreign body within your body. Absolutely. It does not belong there. And some of you guys have been content with that being in your body for years. What are you doing? And to not pass on toxicity from fibroids when in the utero. Exactly. Why don't we think about that? It's just a desperate, and it's not, I'm not just talking about you, Carice, because I hear this question every time. I'm trying to have a baby, but I have fibroids. Why? We have to do better, and we claim we love these babies so much, but we refuse to get healthy for them. What's going on? And passing down. That's why people are messaging me talking about their 7-year-olds, 6-year-olds are developing body hair and high and imbalanced hormones. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why are we having children in toxicity? Heal your body so you're not passing down toxicity over and generation to generation. Like, it makes no sense. Okay? Now, so ladies that are watching this, if you have fibroids and you haven't booked a session, and you haven't worked with me, and you haven't booked a session, and you haven't booked a Heal Your Womb strategy session, what are you doing? Why are you continuously sitting on your fibroids? Okay? But I have so many different offers for women that have fibroids. Nobody should still have fibroids and heavy bleeding and still be following. It makes no sense. Okay? That's an oxymoron. It makes no sense. You know you have fibroids. You know you have like all these issues, these hormonal issues. You're in my inbox, you're this, but you refuse to invest in yourself, in your health, and actually do something about it. Even if you don't work with me, work with somebody, but why continue to sit in your toxicity? Why? It makes no sense. A lot of you guys' life is stagnant and in pause because you haven't healed your fibroids. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because if you have fibroids, there's a lot of stagnation in the body. That applies to your life as well. Okay? I hear you. I'm healthy, but I have fibroids. That's ridiculous. Empress, it's so many women that think that it's literally an oxymoron. You're not healthy if you have fibroids, but you can get healthy, and you should want to do the work to get healthy. Okay? So I don't want to keep y'all too long. I know you guys are at work and stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I understand. Listen, these emotional blocks, you heal them as you heal your fibroids, but you have to do the work. You can't run away from the work for the rest of your life. This will show up in another form. So even if you think, okay, well, I'm just going to suppress this, this is why women have fibroids. They end up with endometriosis. Now they're battling both. This is why women have fibroids, and they start having IBS. They start having issues with kidneys. Fibroids lead to more issues down the line. So if you continue to let your body deteriorate, that's what it's going to do. It's going to continue deteriorating, and you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy because your body's going to continue developing symptoms that are worse and worse and worse. There's women that are in their 70s with fibroids. Yes, bleeding. Yes, postmenopause and everything. Postmenopausal fibroids is on the rise. Stop hanging on to your problems, or that will be you. Okay? Thanks, Sasha. Look forward to working with you. Okay, yes. Look forward to working with you as well, Carice. You guys book your Heal Your Womb strategy session. Stop holding on to your fibroids. Stop holding on to them, okay? We have some spots on Thursday. Y'all grab those spots. And if you guys are interested in the womb and relationship harmony program, put your deposit in before the 1st, okay? It's gonna be an amazing program. I'm excited about it. And if you know you have a lot of emotional work to do, you need to be in there, all right? Bye, ladies. Y'all have a great day, okay? Bye.